All right, so the interior is painted. I did the insets of the seats and the door panels using XF19 Sky Gray Tamiya acrylic. And I mixed that with a little bit of the XF2 white to lighten it up just a little bit more even. And actually I got it so light that it was almost exactly the same color as the primer I had used, which was the Mr. Surfacer 1000 spray can primer. So then I masked off those areas, masked off all the insets, and the dash. I had actually done the forward portion of the dash in a semi-gloss black. So I masked that, and then we sprayed the rest of it with XF54 dark sea gray. So a gray interior is what we're after. So let's see what we got here. We'll start peeling off a little bit of masking tape and see what we ended up with. All right, I think this is going to be exactly what I'm after. Come on. Well, let me see if I can get it with these tweezers. Yeah, there we go. All right. Does not look too bad. All right, this is a challenging one, trying to get these without scratching the surrounding paint. There, that looks good. Now, I did actually mask off this information center, and I guess that was it. Oh no, I know. This little spot right here. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, I don't think that looks bad. And with our exterior color, I think it's going to go real well together. All right, I'm using a little bit of Tamiya's Panaline color. It's the dark brown. I don't have the black. I have dark brown. I have a dark gray. Obviously, dark gray isn't going to work, but I'm using it to highlight or accentuate, I guess is probably the better word to use, the speaker grills on these side panels. And it's actually working really well. You don't need much. It kind of naturally finds the grill. Oops, got on my finger. Don't want that. All right. Keep that finger out of it. And you can see I've already done the other. So, yeah, just that little simple touch is all it needed. All right, the interior has been assembled and all the detail painting has been done. There were just a few decals to add. There's a couple on the seat backs there. And then obviously the dash for the infotainment system in the middle. And then your gauges. I don't know how well that's showing up. And then the center of the steering wheel actually has a decal as well. But the colors, I think it worked out great. Up here on the front part of the dash, I used gray panel liner. Just to, again, accentuate that a little bit. But I think it turned out good. It's the color combination I was after. Even the door panels look pretty good. All right, this is the beginnings of the final paint process. You can see I masked off a fairly wide area down the center and then sprayed Tamiya X2 gloss white. All right, and then now I am delineating 2 racing stripes that'll go through the middle. So I cut very narrow pieces of Tamiya tape and then found my center line, and I'll use that to guide wider pieces of tape so that I maintain that thin white. Actually, no, it'll be that'll get pulled off, and that thin line will become the body color. Yeah, so this is really being used as a guide for the mask that will cover the white racing stripes. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, here we are. So where you see the yellow tape, that will end up being my white racing stripes. We went all the way around the back and the front. Now, these areas here in the front, that's where the grille and another accent piece go in, so that didn't really need to be covered up so much. And then the hood, obviously. All right, so now we're ready for color. And this is going to be a 2-step process here, so let me explain what I'm going to do. First, we are going to spray it with Mr. Metallic color, number GX204 is metal blue. And this is a little bit lighter blue than what I had originally. So, actually, let me back up. So I tested this out on a couple of spoons to see if it was going to work out the way I wanted. So this is a darker metallic blue, and then it was a silver stripe, and then covered again with a clear blue metallic, or clear blue, not metallic. So the first one is metallic blue, a darker metallic blue, silver, and then over both went a clear blue. But it was darker than I wanted, so we didn't do that. So then I got the lighter color. So it's a lighter metallic blue, and it's a white racing stripe, and then it's a lighter clear blue on top of that. And that's more what I was after. And you can see here on the interior portion of the engine compartment, I've already sprayed the metallic blue on it. So that's going to be our overall finished color is going to be the metallic blue with a blue clear coat over the metallic and the white. So I hope it turns out the way I want it to. Now, all right, color coat is on. I've put about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 layers of paint on it. I may have to do some wet sanding because where I shot the white, and that was a gloss white, you can see, all right, here's my tape in the middle, And then this is where some of the white was on the outside of the tape. And then that's the edge on this side where I had masked it for the white paint originally, so I didn't get too much white paint in places I didn't want it. So there's a bit of a ridge, but beyond the ridge, it's... I'm trying to get it... all right, maybe that'll work. Beyond the ridge, it's smoother where the white paint is. So I'm thinking wet sanding might be the only way to resolve that. But before I wet sand it, I want to get some more layers of paint on. And then there's the hood. And, it's the same thing with the hood. It's not as obvious, but it is there because those lines in the hood follow some body line, so it doesn't stand out as much. All right, so vacation's over. I go back to work tomorrow. I still need to wet sand the edges of those mask lines to get that ridge to go away, and then we'll shoot the clear coat over everything, and by then we'll be ready for final assembly, I think. So that's going to do it for this week's episode. In the next one, we will get that clear coat put on and then do our final assembly and the final reveal. So, sorry it's been a little slow coming. Vacation kind of, took priority for me. I don't get to see my little sister very often, so that was important that I spent that time. But y'all take care of yourselves. Peace and love.